streaming live. Full Velocity TV begins now.
And your source for esports racing is live. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Full Velocity Racing Network, live tonight at the Daytona International Speedway, NR 2003 on a Tuesday night, because it's time for the Hobo Racing Voiles Trucking Cup Series run here on Tuesday nights. And happy to have you aboard, being Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch TV. Phil Lacassier, Jack chewing on the controls. The Phil and Jack attack for a Tuesday night. Cars and stars of Hobo Racing on the Speedway. Let's take you through our quick starting lineup on the pole. Tonight's Hard Motorsports quick time with the number 193 is Rick Johnson. With the number 113, Caleb Lingo on the outside pole. In row number 2, the number 31 is Jeff Stakanis. With the number 81 of Troy Donahue on the outside of the second row. Third row, we find the number 73 of Herman Reese with the number 10 of Randy Smith. Eddie Rayleigh rolls off next. Aboard car number 112, but Wiley King aboard the 95 rolling off 8th. Rich Napick in the number 6 is flanked by the number 4 of Clifton Ashley on row 5. Row number 6, we find Duke Sorensen and Ralph Pauly with Steve Grant and Harry Codians, number 13, running out row number 7. 15th starter tonight aboard car number 51 will be Roger Nebelsick with the 21 of Steve Rubino rolling off 16th. Jeff Fugate rolls off 17th with the number 9 with Matt Stern in the 04. DJ Hinsky and Bob Gibson make up row number 10 aboard the 14 and 46 cars. The 710 of Manny Diaz, the number 029 of Keila Julis. Our points leader, Ron Simpson, aboard the 25. Keith McLean starts 24th tonight in car 28. Brendan Spadafora rolls off from 25th position with Daniel Dupuis. Josh Boyer, Danny Rubino, Pushrod, Bob Becker, Jason San Diego, Billy Carter, Maverick, and Kevin Roy making up our 33-car field tonight live at the Daytona National Speedway. Glad you guys are all sorted for the ride, because our iRacing Guy flag, green flag, goes to the Speedway for the very first time tonight. 70 laps around this Daytona International Speedway. That would equivalent out to 175 miles out there tonight. And glad you guys are all aboard here with the Phil and Jack attack on a Monday night. It's going to take these cars about a lap and a half to come up to full song out there tonight. Cup physics, restrictor plates, these things will take a little while, and hopefully nobody forgets to get up through the gearbox here, because I always forget 7,000 RPMs. This thing's an attack out on you. Normally get about 9 out there when you got to shift up there, but these guys, I'm sure, will have that figured out as they work their way for the first time down in turn number 3. It is the number 93, the 193, the Voiles Trucking Ford. Ricky Johnson, our pole sitter, he's going to lead the field off turn number 1 to complete lap number 1. Jeff Stakanis going to roll off in that second spot. Third, we've got Caleb Lingle. Fourth will be Herman Reese. And fifth will be Troy Donahue with number 81. We're already going to slow the works down to the opening lap. We have a caution on the speedway. Yellow, yellow, yellow right away on lap number 1. So right away it's going to put us to work here live on Full Velocity. Try to get Jack busy down there with a BladeNo.com Full Velocity instant replay. Try to show where the wreck kind of happened, where it all kind of maybe started out from. As I appreciate Jack being out here with us on a Tuesday night, as my buddy and partner in crime, Todd Stanton, had issues there in the real world here this week with work. So he's going to be missing a couple of shows this week, and he'll join us as we can. Looks like the 710 of Manny Diaz may have kind of got loose here, and may have had some contact. Who's that alongside here? Looks like Maverick aboard the number 23 as those drivers headed down into turn number 1 here on the opening lap. And it looks like Manny got a little bit loose, sent Maverick up the John Deere Chevrolet into the outside wall, and kind of set off a little ride over there. Manny got turned around in the grass. I believe Ron Simpson was fine. See if it caught anybody else back there. So Jack's going to take a look as well. Hopefully get that out for you guys. Manny goes down through the grass enough to put us under yellow. Don't see anybody else kind of around there, so it looks like a solo car incident on the opening lap. Going to put us under yellow here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Glad to have you all aboard. Gives me a second here to thank our great sponsors there, Jack. Now you go back to look up the 710 car. Manny Diaz, I think that's where you'll find something going amiss there. Is him in the 23 car. Just barely came together. I believe Manny got a little bit loose down to the apron and put us under yellow for the first time. As Jack and I will work together kind of on the fly. You guys may hear a little bit more of us working back and forth together as a team, as Todd and I would normally do. Jack's the silent partner in all of us here at Full Velocity Racing Network, but we certainly appreciate his efforts there at the buttons. Any issues that arise, we'll definitely try to work on those together and get them out. And if Todd's out there, I'm sure he's going to be listening. Sure, he'll be watching anything going amiss here with the ticker. I know we had some ticker going on and off. Deal is going up there, so we're working on that for a little while. Looks like we're going to be, replayless here, but the replay is... I think it disappeared. It's kind of out of the view there off turn number 1. So I can tell you for sure it was definitely 710 and Manny D that went around. Him and Maverick coming together to both number 23 goes around. But good to see Ibog out there. Our buddy Jason Allison over there on YouTube Live. We see Larry's out there. Judy, of course. We got Joel out there. Our buddy Bobby Farrell. Jet Nation alive and well, as it always is over here at Hobo. Great to have you all out there watching. We'll check over to Facebook and Twitch as we can as well, but really happy to be out here tonight live on a Tuesday evening. We work under the yellow flag here live on your source for esports racing, the Full Velocity Racing Network under the yellow flag. We'll be right back here live with the call, the restart, and we'll see if we get that ticker visible for you guys. We'll be here live right back with the call. Stay tuned. All right, back here live on your source for esports racing, the Full Velocity Racing Network. We paused there under the caution flag, just trying to work some stuff here behind the scenes, trying to get the ticker out there working. No way. Two of us can see it, but that doesn't mean that you guys are all going to see it. So we're going to continue to work on that. Jack doing a good job here as he was just kind of sprawled into duty, and to come back here and do this old sim. Last time we got Jack out here, we couldn't get cars on the screen, so at least we're kind of getting ahead of the game, getting his stuff back working over here. There's a lot of work that goes into the NR 2003 side of the broadcasting stuff. But happy you guys are all tuned in. Got to thank our great sponsors here that make all this possible for us night after night. I know a lot of our stuff comes to the iRacing world nowadays, but a lot of great people over here that support NR 2003 as well. Got to thank Brian and Kathy Voiles at Voiles Trucking. Got to thank Hanover Wrecker Service, our yellow flag sponsors. We got to thank iRacing, iFlag for all the help they give us behind the scenes, a whole lot of stuff. Got to thank BladeNode.com, simple web solutions powered by nerds, website host, web VPS server, dedicated servers. Check them out today at BladeNode.com. Got to thank Montstar Productions, our buddy Jake Keel. Give him a good follow over on Facebook as well. He's hashtag making dirt track racing great again. He's got the great countdown coming up here to the Knoxville Nationals coming up here in a couple of weeks. Also got to thank our buddy Scott Bargloff down at the South Texas Speedway, Corpus Christi's place to race. Check him out at SouthTXSpeedway.com. Got to thank great leagues that support us in NR 2003, like TDR Racing League. Got to thank Hard Motorsports. They sponsor our Quick Time. Guys like Evil One Graphics and Trash Panda Graphics do a lot of great stuff for us on the iRacing end of things. And, of course, we can't forget our good buddy Brendan Spatafora, Full Throttle with the Gent over on YouTube, his great show. Brendan out there in that awesome-looking 37 car as we go back to racing here in Daytona on lap number 6 of 70. Jeff Stakanis going to lead the field over Herman Reese, Rich Napick, Randy Smith, and Wiley King. Going to be the current top 5. They work single file here. Wiley now going to take a stab underneath Rich Napick in the number 6. They're going to race it up for position number 2 over there. That's position number 3, I should say. Stakanis going to continue to lead the field as he led Herman Reese to the line, but now it's going to be Wiley King using the inside lane. He's going to get his way up to 3rd. Duke Sorensen's 59. He'll get up to 4th. Rich Napick's going to be the first car on the outside. He's back there running in the 5th spot. Steve Grant, he's doing a great job down there. That number 11 car, the Speedworks machine. He's going to be that 5th car on the inside. They're side by side battling for position number 5 off of turn number 2 and down this long back straightaway here at the Daytona International Speedway. Great to see you guys out there tonight. Facebook Live and YouTube and Twitch TV. Guys, audio went out. We know it did. We're probably going to, stop talking here under the yellow flags. If Todd can join us, that'll help. Or if we get some time for some interviews here, we'll do that as well. But I'm going to take care of the vocal cords here as we, have a pretty hefty schedule here on the network. I know so my partner Todd's going to be away a little bit this week as well. So can't blow myself out here on a whole Tuesday night show. I'd love to, because I love to give it all these guys out there we service, if it's back here home in NR 2003 or iRacing. But we still got a lot of programming left to come this week, and my voice goes out, it's not going to be a real good time. So we're going to try to baby this thing along the best we can tonight. But these guys are not babying it in Daytona as we work down the backstretch into turn number 3, single file formation up front. These guys are just, choosing to log laps here early. Jeff Stakanis and Herman Reese going to lead. Wiley King, Duke Sorensen, Steve Grant in the top 5 with Rich Napick and Harry Codian. Matt Stern, Randy Smith, Steve Rubino scored in the top 10 last time around. This time by going to complete lap number 8 on the board. I believe trying to get the ticker up there working for you guys. I think we're still having a little bit of issue there, but I know we're working on it here. So hopefully that thing will pop up here. You guys will see real life who is running where as we go, but we'll update the laps and stuff as we can as we're still single file throughout the first part of the field. Good little race going on back here for about 6th on back. I did see Ricky Johnson's 193 making some moves, but it's back here around the number 6 of Rich Napick. He got drop kicked to the low side. It was able to let the 13 of Cody in around Ricky Johnson's number 193, the Voiles Trucking Ford. He makes a slingshot move down to the low side. He's going to pass a bunch of cars, including Steve Grant and now Duke Sorensen, who leads the outside lane. Ricky Johnson flexing his muscle right away in the 193. He was our pole sitter here tonight. We know he's good at one-lap qualifying, but looks like he's got a really racing car here tonight in race conditions as we put lap 10 of 70 now up to the board. Sorensen and Johnson toe-to-toe for position number 4. Wiley King, 95 car up ahead. Duke's trying to pull the outside lane around. You got Steve Grant up there. Rich Knappick's back there. The 04 of Matt Stern having a good run here early. Matt up in the top 10 as well. It's restrictor plate racing, guys. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be packed racing all night long. And but to see if these guys can't make a dive up top, maybe run down the race lead as Jeff Stakatis and Herman Reese have that thing locked down right now up front. But as we say that, a third car in line, second car in line, I should say, Herman Reese, he takes a little bit of a peek outside, maybe to cool the engine down, maybe let that thing kind of breathe some air, as these things can have a tendency to get a little tight. It's open setup out here, guys, so you never know. Maybe some extra tape could be on these things, gear, or, they have all the open adjustability out here, so there's a lot of things at Daytona you can do to trick one of these setups out, and sometimes you maybe go a little too far. I see Herman out there just kind of breathing the nose behind Jeff Stakanis. And that could be just a little way. Maybe that thing getting a little tad bit hot. You got to take care of these engines if they're going to last all 175 miles here tonight. It's a marathon, not a sprint, but I feel like sometimes these races do get run as sprint races, as guys like to take some chances getting up toward the front. But the guy making the biggest move, Ricky Johnson, our pole sitter, led the opening laps, came to pit road in our earliest caution flag of the night, our first one on lap number 2, and he's already rebounded his way back up to the field, running in the top 5. Duke Sorensen, that first car on the outside, trying to make it eat up there alongside with the number 11 of Grant pushing on behind. And look further back here, good guys like Steve Rubino now up to the top 10. Randy Smith, Jeff Fugate, Danny Rubino, DJ Hinsky, Bob Gibson. That's your top 15 as we sit with Jason San Diego, Keila Jules, Maverick, Daniel Dupuis, and Bob Becker, the old push rod, the number 17. Last time by scored inside the top 20. It's still single file, all the top 3. We're going to race it on for 4th. I hear some engines playing some games, guys getting out of the throttle here. I got to think these cars may be getting a little bit hot or whatever. Wiley King, really, I heard that 95 car really come out of the throttle there. I was in car there. That's allowing Duke Sorensen to make the run on the outside. Steve Grant going to give him a push. Matt Stern up there as well. Matt in the Coors Light number 04 got it digging on the outside lane, but look at now as Rick Johnson gets to the back of a 95. Wiley King gives him quite the shove off of turn number 2 and now down this long back straightaway. Maybe if Ricky can't get a push on Wiley, do you think maybe 3 wide through the middle? Bobby Farrell, I know you're out there listening to me there, brother. If you have a 95, you get a shot at the middle. I know you're a guy who's run a lot of super speedways, won some championships, even some you forgot about. We'll talk about that later on. But does Wiley King make a move up maybe through the middle if that opening is there? Or do we stay patient in this part of the race and log these laps, only 13 in of 70? The pit window here at Daytona usually sits about 18 to 20 laps. So these guys who've yet to come to pit road, like Jeff Stakanis, Herman Reese, they may be a handful of laps away from maybe having to come to pit road under green versus guys that came in, say, like a Rick Johnson, if you will, guys that, I think Harry Cody and Randy Smith, I think all those guys came down on that first stop to get some fuel. Maybe those guys will be, a little bit better here through the laps. We'll keep up on all that the best we can with the Phil and Jack attack out here on Tuesday night. I think Ann Rubino just checked in. Yes, she did. Good to see Ann out there. I see Joel's out there. Judy's out there. The ladies at Hobo, you are my favorite bunch to come out here. I even see Michelle out there talking to Bobby and rooting on. Gent Nation out there in full support right now. Brendan, last time we checked, was running back there, the number 37 in 22nd position. We'll do the best we can to update you here through the standings as the event goes on. As I see Bobby finally, put the answer out to us. I know we probably delayed a little bit back here for the live call to what the stream goes out to, but Bobby says patience, and I like that, Bobby, patience. That's a good idea. I think that's really good. So patience is the call here early from my buddy and brother in arms there, Bobby Farrell, saying maybe these guys can keep it out there. I look over to the Facebook Live, and I see our good friend Andy Margo has checked in. I see our buddy Doug Lockrow over there. All the cast of characters. Chad Rigby was out there. I see Bob Tompkins is also checked in. So it is always good to see the buddies who always take care of us. I see Isaac Johnson out there. Isaac, it is great to see you, man. Say hi to Dad for us. Our buddy Ryan, we haven't seen here in a little while. Certainly missing him, but I hope you guys are going to have a good time here tonight live on your source for esports racing. Working lap number 16 of 70 here tonight in Daytona. And it's a story right now up front. Duke Sorensen now has taken the outside lane all the way up to the race lead. Steve Grant, Matt Stern trying to make his way now up to third with Jeff Stakanis. I drop back a little bit to the field, trying to keep progress of where all the other guys here toward the back may have been racing what they're doing. But I see now as a 59 has raced his way up to the lead. Him and Steve Grant have decided to come to the bottom. Matt Stern, who helped them push up the train on the top. Matt's going to stay up there, maybe make a bid for the race lead with Steve Rubino's number 21, the Hobo Racing Chevy. Steve out there giving a hell of a push, as is Jeff Stacanis down to 31. Jeff back to the low side there, third car in the line. Danny Rubino going to help push brother up there. So 21-44, the Rubinos have got together on the outside lane, trying to shove Matt Stern up to the race lead. Duke Sorensen, those guys use the outside lane to perfection and push themselves out to an early advantage here. Great to see the good run. Great to see some early racing. 17 laps of 70 on the board. Is look at Stern. He's going to go toe-to-toe, side by side with Duke Sorensen. Looks like a high-speed pace lap, and we're going to complete 17 laps this time. Do a triangle here through turns number 3 and 4. We're back to the start-finish line. Give the lead at the line to Matt Stern, but only by a whisker in the 04. Sorensen, Steve Rubino, Steve Grant, Danny Rubino, our current top 5. Ricky Johnson in there for 6th. Jeff Stacanis 7th. Herman Reese now back to 8th. Bob Gibbs has made his way up to 9th. KJ Keela Jules, our points leader, 3-time winner this season. KJ now up into the top 10. Wiley King back in 11th. Now Rich Knappick following the 12th. Harry Cody in running 13th. Randy Smith 14th. Jeff Fugate running in 15th with DJ Hinsky, Daniel Dupuis, Jason San Diego, Maverick, and Bob Becker. The number 17 is running out there in the top 20. Josh Boyer running 21st. Brendan Spadafora is 22nd. Kevin Roy is 23rd. Keith McLean, he saddled back there in 24th, the number 28 car. Clifton Ashley's number 4, currently running 25th. 26th, we find now Roger Nevelsik, I should say. Ralph Pauly also is 27th. Ron Simpson is 28th. Troy Donahue, he started 4th. He's mired back at 29th. Billy Carter is 30th. Eddie Rayleigh and Manny Diaz also back there. 33 started. Lineup starting to shape a little bit because we have a couple of cars that have made their way down to pit road, as I thought we would about now. I see guys like Jeff Stacanis and Herman Reese. They have dived onto the pit lane, so let's see what those guys do with their first stop all night now under green. There's a 31 made a quick stop down there with sure if he took tires or fuel as they got it. I got in there late. Herman Reese also was on pit road. I definitely did see as he comes back off the banking. So Stacanis and Herman Reese. Wiley King also pitted his way out of that lead group. That's going to leave it up front. I think Steve Rubino also was forced to come on to pit road there as they lifted on as Jack's yelling wreck. And we get a wreck back there. Yellow flag going to come on the speedway on lap number 20, our second Hanover Record Service caution of the night, and that's going to happen right as the window for around the green flag pit stop started. And yeah, I'm not sure what Jack saw back there, but I'm going to have to go back and take a peek. Maybe he can give me a little bit of insight there to see who may have went around to start the wreck. But, man, this one stinks in the middle of green flag pit stops. Our second Hanover Record Service caution flag of the night. And when Jack streams wreck, it usually means there's something pretty good happening back there, and I'll try to do my due diligence, try to give you guys the play-by-play as Jack's going to show the replay for us, and I think he'll kind of give me a little bit of a peek back there. 193 of Ricky Johnson was involved here. The 6 of Rich Knappick. Looks like those two drivers, they came together. Also 24 of Daniel Dupuis involved. The 13 of Harry Cody Ann getting a piece as well. So it was right after these guys made a dive toward pit road. The crew that stayed out up front for whatever reason came together as they were off down to turn number 1 and 2. Back there as Jack showed you guys the replay. It started with, that's what happened there. The 44 of Danny Rubino came up the hill just abruptly and got to the side of the 193. So that sets off a pretty wild ride from behind. And now I see where all those cars all got involved as I get back to it. So second yellow flag of the night here on your source for esports racing, the Full Velocity Racing Network. We're going to pause for the cause, take a drink under caution, and if it's an extended one with cars a lap down, who knows, we'll grab a driver or two, do some interviews here live on your source for esports racing. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with the call, the restart. All right, folks, get ready to go for the restart here live in Daytona. And apologize what we're saying. You saw you guys saw the desktop there, Jack working, pushing the buttons, trying to get this thing working. Oh, if we're gonna get this ticker out there for you guys or not, we're certainly gonna try. But this finicky little program here, you saw what you got to start and stop and get on. And we're just happy we got Jack stuff working quick enough tonight to get the cars and the picture out for you. So don't want to screw up something that's working to try to fix something it's not and completely wreck the whole thing. So I think we'll just take it the way it is. Appreciate you all being out there tonight with Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch TV. Wiley King is scared the dickens out of me. Wiley, the 95, getting back to the lead lap. Going to put all 32 cars still running on the speedway, all on the same lap. One driver out of the race by this wreck, the number 46 of Bob Gibson, who was up into the top 10. Unfortunately, with that wreck there, looks like his night going to be done early in Daytona. We're going to get back ready to go for a restart. 24 laps of 70 on the board. It's going to be Matt Stern going to get ready to lead these guys back to the restart. Jeff Stakanis, Herman Reese, Randy Smith, and Steve Grant going to be your top five. And I say that, and I think even that is kind of went by the wayside too, because it looks like we've had a couple of cars decide to come in at one to go and top off. Not a bad idea, so throws my running order all back up here as I try to scramble to find where the heck the pace car is. He is down on the pit road. We'll get back to Go Ready Racing here. Stern, Stakanis, Herman Reese, Steve Grant, Jeff Fugate going to be our top five here in Daytona as we start on lap number 25. So getting a little bit toward the halfway portion of the race. These guys now on all the same sequence of fuel and tires, so nobody should be broke up from here as that one happened right at the start of around the green flag pit stops, and it was very, very abrupt there when we saw contact out there with the 44 of Danny Rubino into the side of the 193 of Ricky Johnson. Hopefully Ricky's car not tore up too bad because he's had a pretty good rocket out there tonight. That Voiles trucking forward. Got to thank Kathy and Brian Voiles. They're the ones mainly responsible for getting us out here live on the network so much here at Hobo Racing. Got to thank them. Also Steve and Bino and all the gang over here at Hobo. These guys are family to us. That is why we keep coming back. We love what we do back here in NR 2003 and glad you all have chose to join us for a ride here tonight as your source for esports racing. The best of the best live right here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Is there we see your single file, so these cars take about a lap and a half to come up the full song here on the super speedways with the cup physics versus our counterpart, the CTS physics, where they kind of get wound up to 9,000 RPMs almost right away. You can drive those things pretty quick, full speed by the backstretch. Not quite that much here in the cup cars as we get back single file racing here up front. Top five pretty much quiet for the time being. Stakanis, Herman Reese, now Jeff Fugate up to third. Danny Rubino has worked his way back up to fourth. Matt Stern has dropped back to the fifth spot. Steve Rubino's number 21. Going to take a peek to the low side of Stern racing on for fifth, but Steve Grant's 11. Going to motor on by on the outside with a good push from the 28 car of Keith McLean. The Texaco Haviland Ford starting to flex its muscle here tonight in Daytona. Keith now up at the top 10, as is the 41 of Josh Boyer. And have no fear, folks, the number 37 of Brendan Spataford. A Jet Nation can know. Yeah, Brendan is up there racing alongside the 6 of Rich Napick, the 13 of Harry Codian. That is for positioning inside the top 10, racing on for the 10th spot as we kind of all single file up for the race lead. But looks like they're getting a little bit racy back up there. Let's see if we can't catch up where the action is up front. I don't know if that's Fugate's car to the low side as I jump back forward about as fast as I can without losing all my stuff over here as well. Matt Stern's the first car down low. Fugate now, Danny Rubino going to make the move up high around the 04. Stern left down low all by himself. Steve Grant's going to make his way around. I believe that was Steve Rubino up there with 21. Steve Rubino's still stuck in the low side of a 21, so him and Matt Stern going to try to make it happen down low. Grant going to continue to push up high. McLean still up high of a 28. And look at that run. The outside lane gets off the second turn and down the back straightaway. Big push up there. Grant going to almost clear Matt Stern over in turn number 3. And that's what little accordion effect, slinky effect happens over there. Well, the inside lane starts to crank it back up. Stern now going to get the run back on Grant as that is racing for positioning in the top 5. Going to complete lap number 28. 29 going to go on the board here now. So getting close to halfway. 70 laps going to be the distance here tonight. 175 miles. Voiles Trucking Cup Series presented by Hobo Racing on a Tuesday night. Always good to come over here and hang out with this group of gentlemen, and of course the ladies over here, including Bobby Farrell over here on YouTube. And great to have that following we always get over here. YouTube always seems a place to be. Facebook's been pretty happening over there as well with our buddies like Doug and Andy, and I see Michael Mack over there as well as tuned in. So cool to see everybody over there. I saw Todd also was tuning in over there, giving a listen. So hopefully Todd will maybe join us here shortly, maybe not. I look over here to Twitch, and looks like Twitch is for the most part pretty quiet media, which it normally is. We do get some follows. You haven't followed us on Twitch yet, I recommend you do. If you go over to twitch.tv/Full Velocity TV, give us a follow on Twitch as well, because the more we can do over there, the more our portfolio and our product can get out to all sorts of media, more opportunities we can get to get stuff out there. So appreciate all the love as we now work on lap number 30. I've seen Keith McLean make a big move with the draft down to the inside as he's attempted to race up for second alongside Herman Reese, but now Fugate going to get it wound up back on the outside. Can Keith McLean, that PPR2 machine, make the run to the low side? He's got a buddy down there with Steve Grant pushing now Matt Stern back to the low side in that Coors Light 04. Can Keith McLean make his run all the way up to the race lead as he worked down the front stretch here, getting lap 31 onto the scoreboard? Stacanis continues to lead. It has been a while, so we've seen Jeff Stacanis on the airwaves running up front like he has, though he picked up a win here a few nights ago. I believe him and Herman Reese had a really good race at MNRL Speedway. I believe Herman may have won that, but Stacanis and Jeff and Herman had a really good race. These cars, I just got a little whisper from Steve Ravina behind the scenes that these cars are starting to really dance around, and they really are. It's pretty good racing so far. As McLean now going to get alongside Reese with that big push from the 11 of Grant. That may be enough for a run to catapult him up to the race lead as they exit turn number 4. And you can see they run that outside lane, gets off the exit of 4 and especially off at turn number 2 is McLean back down low. Fugate going to try to fire back to the outside. Drafting going to play a role here as it always does in Daytona, but can somebody do anything with that number 31? Jeff Stacanis is a really good piece out there tonight. A lot of laps there early on. Got Mishwave. I believe that's a Chevrolet Corvette on that number 31 as I'm trying to click around here on the screen. Herman Reese back there. He's got a Cadillac running in that second spot. Always cool to see a caddy out there for Herman Reese. Keith McLean, his Ford number 28, now back to the low side trying to make it happen alongside Herman Reese, but it's so tough to pass there, making that bold slingshot move. You got to time it perfectly. You got to have somebody give you a good push, and it's going to be tough sledding out here tonight to put lap number 33 on the board this time around. We work over in the west end of the speedway here, over in turns number 3 and 4. We approach halfway. We get to the halfway mark. We'll take you through a full field rundown, see where all our favorites are running. But this battle up here up front, the racing is pretty good so far. Very, very clean. Very proud of these guys. Is Hobo, a very, very awesome league. Very clean. A lot of good racing that goes on here, not only on Tuesday nights, but every other night. They run the truck series on Sunday night. They got the modified series, very acclaimed modified series. They run over here on Thursday night. I'm a big fan of that one. I'll come run when I can as well. Love running over here. HoboRacing.com is where you find this great league. They've been at it for a long time, and I'm thinking with the numbers and the health they're going to be here for the test of time of this community. A battle of Rubinos back there, 21 versus 44. Steve down to the low side of Danny Rubino as they work there, drafting side by side for position number 7. As we're going to be one lap away from getting halfway home here in Daytona. Is I see Bobby out there, and Bobby, you're calling me a comedian. I don't know if that was a nickname Todd giving me, but comedians, we got a big wreck happening over there. Oh my goodness. Kick off screen for a second, come back, and we have some carnage over there, and it looks like turn number 3 and 4 are going to put us under our third caution flag of the night, and this one going to break out right at the front of the field. What in the world are we doing? We're wrecking going straight. Seems like the pros do that a lot too, but what the heck happened there is we'll let Jack go to work. Give us a BladeNo.com full velocity instant replay. One car was up there just wearing out the wall, and I think it was the race leader, 31 of Jeff Stacanis. How did Jeff get wedged up there in the wall the way he did? I think Keith McLean may have had a run. They were sprinting down the backstretch into turn number 3. And I think, Keith come down there, hit the apron getting into the corner, washed him up the hill, and that got him into the side of Jeff. And Both those cars kept rolling, but the gang behind them certainly did not. Yellow flag on the speedway for the third time here tonight, live in Daytona. And man, that's a wild ride. Jack, going to go back and give you our BladeNo.com full velocity instant replay, as we thought, pit strategy Michelle was going to be something that was going to be real here coming up. Well, unfortunately, this time by it is certainly not. As you see the contact up front, setting up a wild ride back there. Many cars get involved. Herman Reese got a touch of that. Rick Johnson, the number 193, got a big piece of that as well. Brendan Spatafora's 37 car. Brendan got a big whack there. I think Troy Donahue was also back there with damage to Jason San Diego. Rich Knappich took a hit in the 6th car. So this one's going to tear up some really good cars. Jeff Fugate also included back there with 9. So this one happened up front. We'll chew on this one for a little bit as we're halfway home here in Daytona. We'll be right back here live with the restart and the call on your source for esports racing, the Full Velocity Racing Network. Don't go away. All right, back here live at your source for esports racing, the Full Velocity Racing Network, Hobo Racing League, Voiles Trucking Cup Series run here for a Tuesday night, and we're past the halfway point now under the yellow flag, and we're hoping to see if we can't get a brief word here real quick with the ambassador of Gent Nation. How about that? I know Brendan gets so much love out there and gets a lot of love from us as well, so let's see if we can't maybe grab him for a quick, brief second here as they take one to go and talk to our old buddy, Mr. Spadafora. Brendan, brother, how the heck you doing? Race car's got a little bit of damage. Is it all right? Is this thing going to still be competitive, buddy? What's going on?
Well, I think it'll be okay. I haven't gotten up to speed yet, but the RPMs don't seem to be too low, so we'll see what happens. Maybe aerodynamically, I'll be a little bit slower that way too, but it's just Daytona.
Yeah, it's Daytona. I guess that's what we can call it, bud. But tell us about how the racing's been out there. You've been in the back part of the top 20. You raced your way about into the top 10. It looks like it's been pretty insane. Cars are dancing around quite a bit. Tell us what you're feeling out there behind the wheel of your car.
I'm feeling pretty good here. This car is very, very stable. It's really intense. No one's given an inch, but that's Daytona.
Yeah, that's right. Well, my friend, give it hell out there. The ambassador of Gent Nation. I got to tell you, Gent Nation is a live well out there on YouTube, buddy. Real quick, give those all a shout out there watching.
Thank you, everybody in Gent Nation. Bobby, Michelle. I think Larry's out there. I know Average Joe's out there. Everybody, thank you so much for watching. This is awesome.
All right, man. We'll give it hell the rest of the night, bud. We're thinking of you. You had a long day, but give it hell, brother. Drive that thing back to the front.
I'm going to do my best.
All right, well, there he is, folks. Guys, gracious as could be. We love him to death. Our buddy Brendan the Gen, Brendan Spadafora, number 37 car, caught up there in that one. But we're getting ready to go back green here as a pace car. Going to make that dive onto pit road. Going to put Jeff Stakanis back in the field. Command, Harry, Cody Yan, Steve Rubino, Randy Smith, and Duke Sorensen. Going to be your top five as we go back to green on lap number 39. So we're past halfway here, and these guys get sorted out. We'll try to give you a full field rundown here as we get them back up to speed at this 2.5 mile legendary speedway, Daytona International Speedway, the home place of NASCAR, where it is born and bred, and love coming down here. Restrictor plate racing at its finest, and in the month of July, you get out here at night, and it sometimes be a full moon, and definitely some things happen. But these guys so far, 3 yellow flags in the first half. Pretty dang good race so far, if I gotta say so myself here. Having a great time. Phil LeCasse out here. Jack Chewin doing controls here tonight. Missing my partner in crime, Mr. Stanton. Hopefully he'll be back with us here next time we come back into Hobo. I believe we miss him tomorrow night as well. So Todd's going to be away a little bit this week, but we'll do the best we can to hold down the fort in the ship, and hopefully you guys enjoy the ride along with us. As we got one in the grass down there off of turn number 4. I saw the 11 car of Steve Grant. He was kind of off the racing surface, and that's usually not a place you want to be. And I think I saw another car down there as well. So probably some bruised up race cars after that last wreck, and hopefully these guys can keep it together up there. But I think Harry Cody Ends, number 13, has made his way now for the first time up to the lead. The M4S machine up there running now up front ahead of Jeff Stakanis. Steve Rubino's number 21. Steve having a heck of a run out there tonight. Steve's running in the 3rd spot. Randy Smith, the Hard Rock Cafe Pontiac, running in the 4th position. Duke Sorensen's number 59. Duke has had a great night as well. He's up there running in the 5th spot and may look for more as he's going to drop to the low side of a 10. Randy Smith will go at it door to door for the 4th position over in turn number 3. So far, so good. Probably one of the best run Duke has had all season long here on the network and all year on a Tuesday night at Hobo. Keith McLean's number 28, Texaco Haviland Ford, making waves back to the field. As we get back to the start-finish line this time to put lap number 41 to bed, and we'll do our best to take you through a full field rundown, let you know where all the favorites of Hobo Racing are running here. Without that ticker out there, it's a little bit hard to stay with all the running and the tracking out there, but we'll do the best we can to keep you up to date all evening long. So they've worked their way to turn number 3 and 4. We'll hit the line. We'll give you a full field rundown sponsored by Voiles Trucking. Up front, it is Harry Cody and the number 13, Jeff Stakanis running in the 2nd spot. Third will be Steve Rubino, Keith McLean, 4th, Duke Sorensen in the top 5. Sixth, we find Matt Stern in the number 04. Keela Julius, the number 029. He runs seventh. Eighth is Roger Devilsick, the Snuggle Machine, having a good night. Ninth is Randy Smith. Billy Carter now in the number 66. He is up to the top 10. We get a wreck back there off of turn number 2. And I'm not sure if that's going to put us back. We're going to keep going, so we're going to stay green over there. 11th, we find Wiley King. Bob Becker is running 12th. Eddie Ratlings 13th. Danny Rubino 14th. Caleb Lingo running out our top 15. We'll see how much this changes here off the corner as timing and scoring resets on the start-finish line. We got Jeff Fugate back there running in 16th. Jason San Diego 17th. DJ Hinsky's 18th. Daniel Dupuis running 19th. Ron Simpson running out our top 20. Troy Donahue's number 81 back there in 21st. 22nd is Steve Grant. Kevin Roy is 23rd. Maverick is 24th. Brendan Spadafora back there running now in 25th position. Ralph Pauly's number 61. Ralph is 26th. Josh Boyer is 27th. Rich Napick at 28th. Roger Devilsick has dropped back to 29th position now. 4 cars out of the race include Manny Diaz, Herman Reese, Ricky Johnson, and Bob Gibson. So a lot of heavy hitters right there that not only started and ran a lot of laps up front. Those guys behind the wall. Their night is done here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Full field rundown brought to you by Voiles Trucking. Find Kathy and Brian Voiles over on Facebook today at Voiles Trucking, doing commercial freight transfers and truck leasing. Whatever you may need, no job is too big or too small. They are great people. If anything, why don't you shoot them a message over on Facebook and say thank you for all they do for the entire sim racing community, for NR 2003, where Brian and Kathy have been for a long time, making home over here at Hobo Racing now and sponsoring Full Velocity Racing Network in a big way on our entire platform. So gracious of what they do for all of us, and happy to have Kathy and Brian Voiles aboard. Great people, and hope we're going to cover them for a long time here on your source for esports racing. Is Keith McLean's number 28. He has found his way up to the lead. Harry Codian going to try to fight back to the inside. Matt Stearns, number 04. Matt is having a terrific run out there tonight, running in third. Look at old KJ, Keela Julius, number 029. Keith up high, got to find teammate Keith McLean and try to motor his way up to the front. KJ, of course, the series points leader by 107 markers over Harry Codian. KJ is a 3-time winner this season in 20 starts. Harry Codian second in the standings. Window so far, but 6 top 5s, 14 top 10 finishes. Third of the standings, we find Herman Reese, 128 points back. Herman, a 2-time winner, leads the series, but 12 top 5s. Unfortunately, out of this one early. You got the likes of Jeff Fugate and Randy Smith running at the top 5 until our 5th caution flag of the night going to greet us here now. Yellow, 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 brought to you by Hanover Record Service on lap number 46. Let's see if we maybe can't go back and find something that may have would have missed back here to slow the works back down, and see if we can't put Jack back to work with a Full Velocity TV, BladeNote.com instant replays. I haven't found nothing quite yet, but it's still kind of early here in my assessment of things as I see a car down to the apron. Never a good sign. We'll kind of take the rewind button there. I know Jack will have the rewind button going on down there, and I think I just saw something kind of peculiar happening. I thought I did. No, I'm a little premature in that, so I'll have to rewind a little bit further. I know Jack will get back to work down there. We'll get a BladeNote.com Full Velocity instant replay out for you, hopefully here in the next second or so as we work under the yellow flag on lap number 46. What we're going to call this, folks, is teamwork, working together here to try to find a replay, and I don't see nothing quite yet, so I'm going to keep clicking around. Jack's going to keep clicking around, but maybe one of these phantom yellow cautions out there, debris yellows. Did Jock Debris show up here in Daytona tonight? He may have, so we'll take a quick pause for the cause here under yellow. If we can find something happening, we'll definitely bring it to you, but don't go anywhere. Stay tuned to your source for esports racing, the Full Velocity Racing Network. We'll be right back here live with the call to restart. All right, back here live at your source for esports racing. As I was just checking it over on Facebook Live and seeing some guys over there from a lot of our dirt racing we do here over the course of the week on the network. Our guys like friends like Justin Pruitt, Chad Brigby, guys we see a lot over at Dirt Warrior Racing where we hang out on Sunday and Wednesday. They're not too familiar with this whole NR 2003 stuff. They can't believe guys are still playing games that are 16 years old. And yes, we're still out here alive and well. I call this community home still to this day. I do my racing all basically in this simulation. A lot of great leagues and drivers all still out there playing it. And Full Velocity here, this is where we made our home and our name for a long time. Todd and I go back to well over 5 years doing this together now. And been doing this a long time. Many a great days and races to be called here in NR 2003. And as long as they'll have great leagues like Hobo back here still wanting us to come do this, we will absolutely never forget where we came from, because it is all grassroots stuff that we call home here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Full Velocity Racing, safety vehicle, truck to car. It's a Chevrolet Corvette. It's not a truck, it's a car. Going to pull its way onto pit road. And as we begin lap number 50, we go race the guy flag, green flag back in the air. Keith McLean going to lead over Matthew Stern, Keela Jules, Harry Codian, and Jeff Stakanis going to be our top five, with Duke Sorensen back up there in the 6th spot. Randy Smith in for 7th. Steve Rubino 8th. Wiley King running 9th, and Danny Rubino making up a top 10. For the restart, we find Eddie Rayleigh 11th, Bob Becker running in 12th, Jason San Diego 13th, Daniel Dupuis is 14th, and Billy Carter, number 66, having a great run out there. He currently runs in that 16th or 15th position of 66. Kevin Roy, Roger Nebelsick, Jeff Fugate, Caleb Lingle, Troy Donahue making up our top 20. That last yellow flag, we try to get the replay out there to you, but I guess we got some stuff happening there with the replay screens that we're going to work on as well. There was contact back there with the 11 of Steve Grant, the 81 of Troy Donahue, collected the number 23 of Maverick, and those three cars went for a ride in the back straightaway, put us under the caution flag again. So that was the reason for the trouble back there. We apologize we couldn't get that, but it wasn't going to be visible to you guys on the screen in a way enough to even go out there and display it for y'all. So that's what we found out there as we finally got back and got through it, try to put it out there to you, and it just wasn't presentable up to our standards. So I'm looking over here and I'm paying attention to the YouTube chat, as I always do here with Judy and Michelle, and I see Steve Miller's out there, and Steve's saying Brendan needs some illegal engine modifications. Steve, we don't believe in that in this simulation. It's not a good idea. I mean, unfortunately, stuff like that could probably happen, but Brendan's a transparent, very honest guy, and he's never going to do anything outside the rule book to go out there and try to win one of these things, because if you're going to cheat to play a simulation like this, you got no business doing so. As I think 16 years old, you can practice. Guys like this have run laps and laps and setups for forever and a day, and that's why some of the best still live out here. Guys like Keith McLean leading this race. Matt Stern having a terrific run out there tonight. The Coors Light 04, by far and away his best run of the year. KJ Keela Jules, a guy we always see up front when we come out to Hobo, currently running in the 3rd spot. Harry Codian, Jeff Stakanis in the top 5, still single file up there. We'll try to find some racing as it kind of starts happening here, because that's what we do. Duke Sorensen in there for 6th, Randy Smith for 7th, Steve Rubino back there in 8th, Wiley King running 9th, and Jason San Diego currently running in the top 10, as I got stuck there on pit road with the pace car. There's one car off the pace, and I believe that was the 37, or was it 37 down? Somebody was slow on the apron over there as the cars went flashing by. I think it may have been the 37, could have been the 6. It was a black car. I'm not exactly sure what's going on over there, as I'll try to catch up back to it again, but I don't want to lose the race leaders, lose the top 10, lose if something breaks up there, or if a crash happens, or whatever. So we'll update as we can as things happen, to just keep going back and forth here in Daytona. The 20 or the 37 car of Brendan Spadafora was that car off the pace. So if he lost a motor there, he definitely had some damage from before, maybe coming on to pit road, because these guys went green right on the edge of the pit window of making it, not making it. So maybe some strategy play there by the 37. I'll have to wait and see what's going on there with our buddy Brendan Spadafora up front. Still, we find the number 28, Keith McLean, leading. Sometimes the screen not big enough for me to even bring all the cars into my screen. That's what drives me kind of crazy this sometimes. McLean now going to lose the lead, it looks like, to the 04 of Matt Stern. Matthew Stern going to make his way. The Coors Light Chevrolet for the first time tonight, going to put his nose out to the front of the field with a push from Jeff Stakanis. And now Jeff going to try to just kind of ditch a miss like that back to the high lane. Keith McLean going to pull the switch. Dive back to the low side of the 31. Now Keith McLean going to try to stake his claim not only back to second, but Matt Stern is going to have to make that car 2 and 3 legs wide over in turn number 3 and 4. He's going to hold on to the lead as this time by. We're going to complete lap number 55. 15 laps to go here tonight live at the Daytona International Speedway. This race has been absolutely beautiful to watch. 5 yellow flags so far. Getting down to the later stages, and it looks like we had a breakaway up front of about 9 cars. With Stern, Stakanis, McLean, Keela Jules, Harry Cody, and you got Steve Rubino in the lead pack. Duke Sorensen, Randy Smith, Wiley King. 9 cars that are broken away from the rest of the field. Jason San Diego going to lead now a second pack of cars back there with the number 22. Daniel Dupuis back there with the 24. Kevin Roy, Carter, Caleb Lingle, as those guys, looks like we got somebody getting together back there. As we're going to go back under yellow once again. Yellow on the speedway for the 6th time, and see what may have happened this time to slow the works down, as I've had a couple of cars coming together. And see, maybe Jack can't go back and show this one along for you guys. His old buddy, somebody went for a pretty little ride. Do I see a car upside down? Oh boy. 4 car of Clifton Ashley takes a wild ride, and I'm not sure if he was going to be the start of this or just caught up in it. But it happened right up near the front. They were 3 wide racing, and look at that blue car was. It split the difference from the wall. I think that was Caleb Lingle's number 113. Somehow find a space in the middle of all these cars and just got collected. I think that was the 81 of Troy Donahue may make a little contact there. And also may have been 17 of Bob Becker. It was pretty close there in between. The 113 somehow got loose and hit the outside wall and came down in front of traffic and almost caught him. And he went in. I don't think he hit anybody. He got in between them. But it got Bob Becker into the side of Clifton Ashley. And the 4 car goes for just a completely wild ride. As you guys can all see now, he gets airborne. FAA almost has to issue out a pilot's license there for the 4 car. Multiple more cars tore up over there. Somebody else up in the fence. So it looks like Ron Simpson taking a wild ride of a 25. DJ Hinsky's 14 gets a hit. A 51 car, Roger Nevillesick, gonna definitely need a snuggle buddy in that snuggle machine out there tonight. Steve Grant, I think, getting a piece again. The number 11, Maverick, the number 23. So this one's got a lot of wrinkles to it and some more bent up sheet metal and a whole lot more here. BladeNo.com brings you our full velocity instant replay live on your source for esports racing. Getting down to the bitter end of this one. We'll be right back with the restart call. Don't go anywhere. All right, back here live, getting ready to go for the restart. We're 60 laps of 70 on the board. I'm not a mathematician. I know Josh Boyer, our race leader, is. I'm sure he would tell me, Phil, there's 10 laps to go, and this is when all the money's about to get out there. So I'm going to tell you now, Michelle, Judy, Bobby's still out there. Maybe Bobby's still out there. I know Joe's out there watching. I know we talk about ice cream. I see some ice cream being out there, maybe being displayed. I think it's a good time to grab some because it's about to get wild here in Daytona. Josh Boyer, as I'm being told, is going to be really close on fuel, and he is going to lead the field back to green with Harry Cody and Matt Stern, Keila Jules, Jeff Stakanis going to be your top five. Randy Smith, Keith McLean, Wiley King, Steve Rubino, Daniel Dupuis going to be the top 10 as we get ready to go back to the restart with beginning of lap number 61 as we go. I race a guy flag. Green flag goes back in the air. And we return to green flag racing. We got 25 drivers left on the racetrack, 24 of them on the lead lap. Quickly, we can tell you, outside the top 10, we got guys like Duke Sorensen, Kevin Roy, Billy Carter, Troy Donahue, Steve Grant running 15th, Jason San Diego, Ralph Pauly, Brendan Spadafora, Jeff Hugate, Caleb Lingle running in the top 20. We got Bob Becker running 21st. Maverick is 22nd. Rich Knappich, 23rd. Roger Nebelsick, after that wild ride, running 24th. He's the last car to lead lap. DJ Hinsey's number 14. He's the last car out there running one lap down. The unfortunate part of that last yellow flag, we tore up cars like Clifton Ashley and Ron Simpson, Danny Rubino, Eddie Rayleigh, all those drivers out of the event, joining Manny Diaz and Herman Reese, Ricky Johnson, and Bob Gibson. So 33 took the green flag here about an hour and 15 minutes ago, and now our seventh yellow flag of the night going to get us here on lap number 62. So just as quickly as we went back to green, we're going to slow it back down under yellow. And I see some smoke up ahead. So usually where there's smoke, there's something usually not good going to follow. So let's take a peek back through, put Jack back to work with the BladeNote.com full velocity instant replay. And, oh, buddy, I see a couple of cars up here. So this one's not going to be easy. The Jack, we got one more good one here left to show, and a barrel roll. Not quite a TDR turtle. I think I saw the Maverick number 23 John Deere Chevrolet went for a wild ride. Somebody got loose down on the apron, and they try to put three cars where you can put one, and that never works. Let's see who was just down on the apron. It looks like it's going to be the number 10 of Randy Smith, I believe. Hard Rock Cafe Pontiac. I don't know if he got sent to the grass or whatever the heck happened, but I know his car takes an evasive move. Oh, it was some blocking that was going on. That's where it starts from, and blocking never a good idea out here. And I think it was Josh Boyer trying to throw the block on the 10 of Randy Smith, and that sets off a ride behind, and 10 car goes around, and I think it's just kind of on from there. See if we can't pick up who else may have. And Jack says to disappear in there. So I think I know what the cause of the fix for that is. I'm not going to get that there tonight, but it tears up a lot of cars. I say the 23 car definitely goes for just a tumble. And I don't mean small tumble. I mean it was big. It was huge. See who else here as I finally get back here rewound. Somebody caught the 10 car as he slid back up the racetrack and just completely just destroyed it. I believe that's a 17 of Bob Becker that may have just absolutely just destroyed the side of a 10 car. Jeff Hugate somehow snuck by, but others not so lucky there. Going to include, let's see, 17, the 23, the 10 for starters, and I think that's all we got over there is somehow that all that mayhem and all the smoke ended up only being a 3-car incident. So that's going to put us over the yellow flag, I believe, 7 or 8 now on the board on lap number 63. We'll get, all set up ready for the call here of the finish. Go get another drink, maybe. We'll get right back at you here with the restart on the Full Velocity Racing Network, your source for esports racing. right, back here live on your source for esports racing, the Full Velocity Racing Network, watching the talk about a fire or a shark or a land shark or whatever the heck y'all are over there talking about here on YouTube Live here this evening. Jump the shark. You know, Bobby Farrell's out there racing. He probably didn't finish anyways. Who's like way sissy? I don't know what the heck they're all talking about. This is getting kind of silly, but hey, it's a silly night here. Live with your source for esports racing, Full Velocity Racing Network, getting ready to go back to racing. There is currently 65 of 70 on the board, so 5 laps remaining here. Getting ready to go the field in the backstretch. Harry Cody in, leading over Matt Stern, Keela Jules, Jeff Stakanis, Keith McLean running in the 5th spot, Josh Boyer running in the 6th position over Wiley King, Steve Rubino, Duke Sorensen, Kevin Roy making up your top 10. Carter running in 11th with Steve Grant, Jason San Diego, Troy Donahue, Ralph Pauly, your current top 15. Caleb Lingle back there in the 113. He runs 16th. Jeff Fugate is 17th. Brendan Spadafora currently running 18th. Roger Nebelsick. He's out there still racing. He was over there Facebook Live chat. What are you doing, Roger? Roger's out there running 19th. 20th is Daniel Dupuis. Rich Napick is 21st. Bob Becker 22nd. Mavericks 23rd. Randy Smith running 24th. DJ Hinsky, final car on the racetrack. 1 lap down, running in 25th. What do you say we go back racing this time? Up to number 4, Chevrolet Corvette pace car. Going to make that hard left turn onto pit road. And that is going to put the starter looking over the field. Harry Cody in, going to be the first one back to the line. Starter going to look him over. Waiting. Emerald Silk out. iRacing, I flag, green flag back in the air. And we'll get back to it here with Cody Ann. Going to lead Matt Stern. Matt going to try to make run up high. Almost makes a little kiss with the outside wall. May slow him down enough. Gets him back to the front end of the 29. Akila Julius. Wiley King to the number 95. Wiley going to make a big move to the bottom. Trying to throw some elbows to make his way forward. And we are going to race it out for that second spot. Stern going to throw the block on Wiley. You got 29 back there for 4th. Here comes Jeff Stakanis, number 31. He's going to ride up high and wide and hit some of the outside where they push from Steve Rubino in the number 21. Did Harry Cody in get out too far? I guess I'll have to wait and see as they work over into number 3. Now they're going to start splitting some differences. Guys are going to start, kind of using all the racetrack for space. Wiley King going to open the door. Okay, Keila Jules, maybe Wiley go up there and catch the push of the 31 of Jeff Stakanis and race it out as we complete lap 66, begin 67. We're going to go 3 wide down to the turn number 1. Rubino, Stakanis, King. They make a little bit of contact over there, and somehow those cars at over 185 miles per hour keep these things going straight. Amazing. Duke Sorensen's number 59. He's going to throw himself into the fray here late as well. As it's time to start throwing haymakers at the beach here in Daytona. Off at turn number 3. Harry Cody and continuing to lead it. I'm trying to stay wrestled back here where all the juking and jumps go. Oh, KJ gets pulled on a line. He gets shot to the outside wall, and this is going to be the race back to the yellow. Oh, I think that was Steve Rubino going upside down. Big wreck back there as guys just start driving over their head through the wreck. And the first one back to the start-finish line. Going to be Matt Stern in the 04. Matt Stern may have stole the win here in Daytona away from Harry Cody Ann. Duke Sorensen, Wiley King, looks like Josh Boyer going to go back there with a good, solid top 5 run. But, man, holy crap. Let's kind of take a rewind back through that one and see what the heck all happened there. Was, man, that was restrictor plate racing at its finest, or maybe at its worst right there. As guys just start blocking and doing all they can to hold on for position, and that always doesn't work out well for everybody. Is you throw some pretty aggressive blocks, and sometimes things like this happen. KJ, as we go back on BladeNote.com, full velocity instant replay. KJ trying to stay glued back to the 04, comes down the hill. He gets to the side of the 13 of Harry Cody Ann. Now that's where the wreck kind of starts up there for the 29, but it kind of gets more. As they start getting in up back there, I'm going to go helicopter here and see if we can't get a bird's eye view of this one from above. 29 got the wall. Then Steve Rubino running in 3rd is kind of there, and all of a sudden, looks like somebody catches him in the right rear, and to tell from helicopter who that was it Stakanis? Was the other white car on the outside here? think it might have been Stacanis on the 31 that gets turned. I think it was the Bob of the 17. Seeing that better on the screen here, as I'm just trying to go back, take a bird's eye view here from above. I see Kevin Roy got involved as they were throwing some blocks out here at Daytona, and that's unfortunately how these races can end when that stuff kind of happens. So that's a tough break for all those guys involved. But, man, somehow, some way, I believe Matt Stern just picked up the win here in Daytona. I'm not sure that definitely going to be one of his biggest wins of his career, if not the first one. Matt going to pick up the win here at Hobo, the Boyles Trucking Cup Series run here on Tuesdays. Harry Cody and Duke Sorensen, Wiley King, Josh Boyer currently scored 5th, 6th at the line with Steve Grant. Kevin Roy got his car straight to claim 7th. Daniel Dupuis 8th. Bob Becker 9th. And Ralph Pauly's number 61. Looks like 61 car going to get credited with a top 10 run here tonight. 11th it appears to be as I get back through the standings here. Looks like it's going to be Carter's number 66 going to get 11th. Maverick going to get 12th after his wild ride. Rich Napick 13th. Roger Nevelsick, after going out to Facebook Live and chatting, looks like he's going to get 14th. 15th for Randy Smith. Troy Donahue 16th. Jason San Diego. Jeff Fugate. Caleb Lingle. Jeff Stacanis looks like going to get 20th. KJ currently scored 21st. That may change. Steve Rubino 22nd. DJ Hinsky 23rd. Brendan Spadafora going to get 24th. He's out of the event, as is Keith McLean, Clifton Ashley, Ron Simpson, Danny Rubino, Eddie Rayleigh, Manny Diaz, Herman Reese, Ricky Johnson, our pole sitter, and Bob Gibson. So 33 happened here tonight at the Hobo Racing Cup Series at Daytona, but this one going to end, it looks like, under our yellow flag. And the big winner here tonight looks like it's going to be the 04 of Matt Stern as they come off of turn number 4. Safety lights on. The Full Velocity Racing Network Chevrolet Corvette off of the corner with the yellow flag and now the white flag in hand. One more trip around here. 2.5 miles going to separate Matt Stern from history here on a Tuesday. And I'm not sure anybody saw this one coming, but wow. A wild race. Matt put himself in position, and that's sometimes all you have to do to maybe steal one of these things. He may have just did that right there as let Facebook Live and YouTube and Twitch TV kind of sort themselves out back to the replay, see what happens. So hopefully get shifted out here in just a few minutes with the post-race show following here their conclusion. The checkered flag is field working its way trying to communicate some stuff off scene, trying to click on through, respond to some chats out there. I see our buddy Danny Hardy's checked in. Andy Margot been out there in Facebook Live with our friend Bob Tompkins. YouTube has been the place to be tonight with Michelle and Judy and Ann and Teresa and Joe and Steve and Bobby and Joe. I mean, the entire gang over here. I see Brendan's out there now, chiming in as he's off the racetrack. So glad you guys enjoyed the show tonight. We had a good time bringing it to you, and it's going to be pretty much a party celebration at Victory Lane because the 04 is going to lead the field through turns number 3 and 4, and this may be scored as an upset here this evening as Matt Stern going to pick up his got to be first win of the year. As I'll try to find him even quickly glancing through the point standings. Matt Stern came into the evening 37th, making 10 starts this year. No top 10 credit finishes his credit. So big win here at Daytona. He has to be ecstatic as they come off of turn number 4 behind the pace car. Checkered flag going to go over the field, and 175 miles later, it is going to be Matt Stern of the Coors Light Chevrolet taking down the victory in Daytona over Harry Cody and Duke Sorensen, Wiley King, and Josh Boyer. We'll let these guys cross the line. We'll get the top 3 situated. We'll move into the BladeNo.com Full Velocity Post-Race Show coming up next on your source for esports racing. Don't go anywhere because I think Victory Lane is going to be a big celebration. You were up there in the top 10, mainly the top 5 all night long. Survived the carnage at the end to get a third-place run. Tell us about your night there, brother. Duke, I see the light turning on. I hear the static. I'm not hearing your voice. We'll try again on you. Do you get a copy there, my friend? We're just hearing static here, Duke. I don't hear your voice coming through, so I'm not sure if you got a mic going south on you or whatever. We'll let you try again here real quick. I definitely hear it trying to click in there, but all I hear is a static of this when you hit the button. Try it again, see if you get that thing worked out. No, definitely not hearing your voice, my friend. I wish we certainly could, because we don't get to talk to you often out here on the Full Velocity Racing Network, but I'll say congratulations here from all of us, Duke. A terrific job here this evening. Third place is nothing to hang your head on here at Daytona. We'll let him get back to it and celebrate with the 59 team. A really terrific run. We'll celebrate the 13 of Harry Cody in as well. Looks like Harry is already taken off for the evening. So we'll run down here to BladeNo.com. Victory Lane, the upset tonight pulled by the 04 of Matt Stern. He jumps out of the race car. This is one happy race car driver. Matt, congratulations, man. This has to be one of the biggest wins of your career. God, what were you thinking there racing through there in the last couple laps?
Oh, it was nail biting, white knuckling it, and it was a blast. I thought it was going to be over there after when I got that run up on the restart there when I went to go to the high side and Harry put that block on me and right there, and I thought for sure it was over there. And then once I gathered everything up again, I was able to repass him up thanks to my teammate KJ. But God, I would like to thank Hobo and the admins of Hobo for putting on such a great show. Thank Full Velocity for watching, showing this air on live. Also, oh God, I was just told it too.
We got time, man. You take a breath. I mean, these don't happen often. Savor the moment, man. This is awesome.
Yeah, it's first win, first interview. This is my first online win in like over 10 years. So yeah, it's pretty nervous. I also like to thank oh God, the truck.
Boyle's Trucking.
Yes, thank you. I couldn't think of it there. Everything is coming to mind here. I would like to thank them for sponsoring this as well. So.
All right, let me ask you a question here, Matt. A guy I've raced with for years and years, Super Speedway Wars, the millions of laps we have made in the simulator after all this time, does it prepare us for a night like this, knowing that the end of the last couple laps of the race, you've got some of the best behind you, doing the best you can to hold your spot? I know the experience of the laps has to help, but the nerves got to be kicking in at this point, knowing that I may pull this thing off.
Yeah, the nerves. I had it actually. My teammate Keith, he was whispering me. Unfortunately, he couldn't been on TeamSpeak tonight. But he was messaging me and he asking me if I was nervous yet and stuff like that. And I was nervous, thinking, oh my God, I might be able to get my very first online win for like ever. And I've got to thank my teammates from PPR too. I couldn't have been where I was at if it wasn't for them.
Well, Matt, this one's been a long time overdue for us, and the first time in maybe 10 years. I mean, the adrenaline that's going to be going through your body right now, it's unmatched, it's unchecked as a fellow driver who hasn't won in a very long time, man. This one's going to feel good for the little guys like us. Congratulations, man. Well deserved, well earned, and we'll celebrate this one for a long time, and hopefully with some luck out there, Matt, we'll do it again, buddy. Congratulations, all of us.
Right. Thank you very much, guys.
All right, there you have it from BladeNo.com, Victory Lane, car number 04, Matt Stern, the Coors Light crew, the PPR2 team. They are going to celebrate this one tonight. Thank you guys all for tuning in this evening, live via your source for esports racing. Thank our sponsors one more time. Got to thank Boyle's Trucking, Hanover Wrecker Service, iRacing, iFlag, gotta thank BladeNode.com, Montstar Productions, South Texas Speedway, TDR Racing League, Hard Motorsports, Trash Panda Graphics, Evil One Graphics, and lastly, our buddy Brendan Spatafora, Full Throttle with the Gent. Check him out over here on YouTube. For Jack Truman, Todd Stanton, Ron Piles, Martin Karch, Brett Rolls, the entire team here at the Full Velocity Racing Network. There was a whole lot more to name. I could spend hours doing so. Got to thank you all for tuning in. Enjoy your night. We'll see you back here live tomorrow night. We go back to iRacing in the Dirt. Dirt Warrior Racing, Wednesday night street fights. We'll be live 9 p.m. Eastern Time. So for Jack, I am Phil. Good night, everybody.